right, in writing. And it simply says, if you decide to sell your home within the first 24 months, that we'll sell it for free right here. And then I've already signed it. I'm going to send you this in a second to sign as well. Okay, so that's awesome. Here's our cancellation guarantee. No questions asked. If we don't deliver the service we promise, you can cancel your agreement with us at anytime you want, as long as we're not under contract on a home. There's no obligation to buy from us. So we work extra hard to make sure that you're 1000% satisfied, because we know that you could cancel at any time, and it's never happened. And we don't want you to be the first person when that happens for us. This is our buyer brokerage agreement. In Georgia, there's two types of people that buy houses. There's customers and clients. Customers we don't work with. We only work with clients. And how you become a client is we have a buyer brokerage agreement, and it talks about what we're obligated to do for you. It talks about our fee here is 3.5%. We also have an administrative fee, and 0.5% goes to our broker that's paid by the seller at closing, right? Paid by the seller at closing. And then we have a protection period of 90 days. So if anything were to happen and all of a sudden, you know, sometimes clients have played games in the past where like, hey, Anthony, well, you know, I want to cancel my deal with you. And then they have their cousin writing off for them and show them properties that we already showed them, and then they go up on a contract. Like, that's not, you know, we like to do business transparent and just be above board. So there's a 90-day protection period on that. But remember, you can cancel at any time. So basically, this is written by all the lawyers of Georgia to protect you as a consumer. And it's just lawyer talk. I'm going to send this over to you for signature. And then, like I said, I've already signed it. And then you just need to sign as well so you can become a client of ours. All right. Here's a big deal for us. We kind of talked about this. Your referrals help save kids' lives. So remember, we're on a mission every single year, Bianca, to raise $25,000 to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Like, you have small kids. I hope nothing ever happens to them. But if it does, please take them to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Like, it's the #1 hospital for kids on this planet. It's just unreal. I love supporting this worthy cause for years and years and years. So just remember, here's a question back to you. Like, who do you know at your job, your church, family, or friend that either owns a home that might want to buy a home? I just want you to, when I send you, to just look in your cell phone and just give us 3 names of people we can help. Can you do that for us?
Of course.
Awesome. And this is our affiliated business disclosure. Basically, all this says is I own Guaranteed Home Loans, 100% owner. I'm just disclosing that to you, that I'm 100% owner of that company. And so it's just your acknowledgement that you understand that. All right. And so we've already kind of talked about, you said you had around $40,000 saved up in your 401 in your savings account, right?
Yeah, so obviously I'm not looking to like empty out savings for a home, but I am willing to sacrifice to get what I really want. I know the market is like a little high. Like you said, my biggest concern is just kind of is I'm not wanting to buy a forever home. I'm very much so the person who foresees myself being in this home for maybe 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
And I'm just worried about flipping upside down, and I'm worried about Atlanta and this area tanking like it did about 10 years ago. So that's my biggest concern. So when I start to, so that's my biggest concern. So I'm like, I don't know enough about real estate to know what's trending and where we're headed. But I mean, that's my biggest fear.
Okay, so let me help you with your biggest fear, and thanks for sharing that, by the way. So when in 08, 09 is the market you're talking about, when everything went under, right? So I owned 8 mortgage companies at that time, and what was happening is anybody could qualify for a mortgage, whether they had a job or not. So there was a lot of loans out there, I mean tons of loans, where people had no job, just good credit, and we would give them a loan for a home. What's totally different about the market now is, I would say 98% of the loans that are done are people like you that have W-2s and pay stubs. So the only way a market would crash like that is if everybody lost their jobs. because we're not really giving loans to people. We don't give loans to people just with a credit score anymore. Like we do self-employed loans, but they still have to provide